up, everybody? Jason here from Sky Blue Off-Road. Just kind of want to touch base with you. I haven't had a lot of videos lately, but they're coming. So we're kicking off the wheeling season by going to Moab. We're meeting Joe and Bug with Goat Off-Road in Moab for Easter Jeep Safari this year. Their first time. It'll be, I think, our 4th or 5th time going down to Moab and hitting the trails. So we're getting ready to prep everything. One thing I've learned over the past few years that we've been going to Moab is that you need to go prepared because it's a very small town in the middle of nowhere. You got to think it's Easter Jeep Safari, so there's going to be a bunch of people there. Somebody breaks an axle, probably not a good place to go and try to start searching for parts when there's thousands of people there for the same reason. You know what I mean? So with that, we're going to start preparing. And so one of the things I do to prepare, I go through all of my stuff, everything I can to try and get everything ready like this. So this is just a water jug. I throw in my Jeep, put ice in it from the hotel, carry it out. You always got ice cold water with you. You're in the desert. You're going to need it. Stay hydrated. You're not going to sweat. You're not going to feel it. While we're up there in Moab, it's going to be low in the 40s at night and high in the upper mid 70s during the day. So got to have your water. Other things I plan on taking are just some U-joints that I've got. Well, as a matter of fact, even down here, I've got parts down here that I'm not sure if I want to take. With that, all right, so over here, one of the big things that people talk about is CB radio, ham radio, or GMRS. I try to cover them all. I've got a CB, but you got to be thinking about it. There's good usable channels, like 30 or 40 channels on a CB, and there's 1,000 people there. There's a few channels on here, 1,000 people there. So you get what I'm saying. No matter what you've got, it's most likely going to be clogged up. Or once you get out into the canyons of Moab, these should be just fine. Just make sure everybody in your group's on the same page with that. But the ham radio, you're going to need a license to transmit, but you can monitor. So maybe your trail guide can transmit and you just listen. Same with this one. You kind of need a license for this, but get a license. So in my tool bag, I've got all of my tools. I've got a pair of gloves. I've got crescent wrenches. I've got breaker bars. I've got hammers and sockets and pliers and screwdrivers and channel locks and just everything I think I'm going to need. And then in here is all of my wrenches, sockets, and drivers. And then I've got this right here that's got a whole bunch of these little bits in case you ever need something like these little things here, which you never know when you're going to need them. Bringing this guy because sometimes bolts can be stubborn, and if they're stubborn, it helps. In here, we've got just a jug of 1 gallon of water. We've got this right here, which is going to be the coolant. Zip ties. We got some of these right here for just in case, you know, if you break something, you can always limp it back to where it can get a tow job. This is always a good thing to have. We've got diff oil, a funnel, what was that, power steering fluid, some WD-40, brake fluid. So basically we're just trying to have everything in case we need it. If you need it and don't have it, it makes for a long day to trek back in and tow out. So that's pretty much a lot of the prep stuff that I've got here. The rest of the stuff I've got in the Jeep is like my CO2 tank, fire extinguisher. Another thing to think about carrying is a medical kit. So I've got a med kit in the Jeep. This is what I use for a medical kit. I got an old tackle box from Bass Pro Shop. And inside here, I've got, you know, some anti-itch cream, basically get mosquito bit, some antibiotic ointment, eye drops because it is the desert, these little bug things for my daughter because they keep the bugs away, band-aids, emergency tourniquet, chapstick because it is the desert again. These right here are for thermocell and they keep mosquitoes and bugs away. Very, very handy to have. So look up thermocell, grab yourself one. We've got some of this new skin stuff right here that's for injuries, and BC powder. So this is aspirin powder. It's good for headaches and anything like that. Got stuff right here in case you have a toothache, or gel, earplugs, emergency like tweezers, clippers. There's that. So that's on the top, but then on the inside, you can keep things like your NyQuil or bandages or nose sprays or any of your prescription Tylenols or whatever it is you take. Any of your pill bottles and stuff like this will fit in the bottom. So you got all kinds of stuff right here. If you've got allergies, sinus relief, first aid spray, floss, everything you might need. Like I say, you're out on the trail, and so you never know what's going to happen, what's going to come up, or how long you're going to be there. I'll see if I can get you more edits before Moab, before we leave. to kind of show you how I pack all this stuff in the Jeep and get it ready for actual off-road use in a road trip that's going to involve off-roading. It's going to be really hard to do because I edit for Lightbright and I do 8 edits a month for them. So I've got to get the 4 edits done in 4 days to cover their next 2 weeks while I'm out of town. So wish me luck on that. So if you see another video on this, that means we made it. All right, have a good night.
Record.